The late afternoon sun rested on the valley. A cool breeze signaled the coming evening. The breeze drifted through the trees where sunspots touched every important part. There, out of thin air, you could hear the beating of drums. The rhythmic beats filling the air with deep, meaningful vibrations. The stage was set, drummers on one side, dancers on the other, few singers looking on from the crowd below the platform where the musicians were performing. Everyone in the crowd, from young and vibrant, old and wise, stood hypnotized as the drummers played on in full force in their late afternoon rehearsal under the golden African sun. She almost floated down the escarpment, heading towards the hypnotic rhythm, her thick locks of hair swaying with the wind and her speed. She smiled to herself as she gracefully descended from the mountain that had been her home since childhood. It was as if the two were intertwined. She moved with perfect syncopation. And as she walked further, she remembered parts of the conversation she had left behind. She had rushed over to her father to persuade him to let her be the one to give her brother his message, a task he had asked one of the workers to do. Her brother had been together with the band of musicians all day. They had spent their first part of the day by the river, having a good time with the local girls. Then, following an afternoon of wrestling and showing off their skills, they headed for their instruments on the platform in the village. Once there, they began to feel the real reason why they had assembled together, and the sound could not be more intoxicating to the hearts that were captured by it, including our young Songbird coming down the hill. Her father, a man of wealth by the standards of the people of those mountains, was very overprotective. His main wealth came from his father's fortune, many cattle, few goats, camels, passed down from generation. Her father also had the responsibility of leadership from the bloodline of many great men from his history, men who were brave, wise, and well respected by the people. He was a chief, leader of his people. There they lived peacefully for as long as she could remember. He came from 2 clans in 2 separate nations, and she, our Songbird, his only daughter, age of 15, was his joy. It would soon be her 16th birthday, and she felt a sudden urge to make her own decisions. Her father looked at her for a while, lost in her beauty. How proud he felt to be a part of it. He reveled in how much she looked more like her mother each day. The beautiful energy she gave him, just her presence alone.